should be using these tools. We're trying to achieve an objective. So that's a good way of thinking about this, because technology is just going to continue to grow and grow. So you have to be thinking about, from a business perspective, when you're working in business, how, what tools do I have here, and how should I be using them to achieve that objective? Not just, I should be on Facebook because everyone's on Facebook. That's kind of the backwards way of approaching it. So, should we go to the PowerPoint? And then is this my clicker?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm excited to talk about social media with you all today because it's something pretty near and dear to my heart. We use it a lot internally. It's one of our major marketing tools. In fact, we don't do any advertising. We don't really do anything besides social media and just general face-to-face networking. And a couple of years ago, we actually started a social media division because there was so much need in our industry. So let me talk a little bit about what I do, how I got there. Do I click forward like this? Okay. So who are we? With Gibson Design Management, we are a firm that works with interior design firms all over the country. We provide them with an outsourced alternative to in-house staffing. So a lot of design firms are small. They might be one person, two people, the main designer and assistant. So it's a very fragmented industry. So what happens is these very creative people are trying to do everything themselves. So I bet you guys can imagine trying to run a business is not just your core competency, but it's your accounting, it's your marketing, it's your day-to-day administration, it's your HR, all of those things interior designers are having to do themselves. So they're not that great at it, and so they can outsource a lot of that to us, and we are kind of an extended arm of their firm. So today what we're going to talk about is who are we, how did we get social, how we've made money off of being social, because that's the big question. The Land of New Business Opportunities, we're actually launching a subsidiary just based on social media, how we use the tools, and then successes and challenges too. I won't make my presentation too long. I guess you guys will probably have a lot of questions because you've been learning a lot of the strategy and the tangible or the theoretical aspects of it. So I want you to have a lot of time to ask me questions and bounce ideas around and interact at 9 a.m. so you're not getting too tired. How I got there, that was me when I was little. So I grew up in the interior design industry, but I had never had any desire to be a designer. It just didn't suit me. I wanted to be in business. I went to Vanderbilt and graduated with a degree in economics. Never thought I would even get close to the interior design industry. So I went to work for a home builder, a big national home builder, went through their corporate sales and training, sales and marketing training program, and really enjoyed my time there, but didn't love working for a huge company. I was the daughter of two entrepreneurs, and that's kind of what I knew. I didn't know a 9-to-5 job. I knew, the 60-hour work week where you're working for yourself. And so I wanted to get back to that and try and figure out where my place was. And in that search, I decided that I wanted to come down to Charlottesville and run the business side of my mom's design firm. So we now work together. And from there, a couple of years ago, after I'd been running the business side of her firm, I thought, there is a way that we could possibly be doing this for other designers. Because there would be a lot of designers I'd meet at conferences, and they would say, oh, I wish I had someone like you. And so the light bulb went off in November of 2007, and we incorporated in December of 2007, and then launched in January of 2008. So we didn't waste a lot of time, and we were kind of learning as we went. But from there, we started offering these different services, and then I guess it was I went to a conference, and I was speaking at a conference in February of 2009. And at that point, we had already, since our launch, we had already been using social media a lot. We had, our Facebook business page. I was big on Twitter, and our whole team tweets. We had a blog, so we were really using it internally. And when I went to this conference, and it was for interior designers from all over the country, they were just so thirsty for this knowledge and didn't have a lot of the technological abilities, and were just asking so many questions. And so I came home from that conference and I said, we really need to start offering this for other companies as one of our service offerings. And so started in February of 2008, or 2009, I'm sorry, to offer that, and now that makes up about 60% of our business's revenue. So it's fastest growing, and has just been one of the things that I really feel that we've made the biggest impact, both internally and on other people's businesses. A little bit about this picture. As before I even started Gibson Design Management, and when I was still working for the design firm, we also started a company called Pacifica Project Management, which has since been dissolved. But at that point, I think I was 23, and I felt like I was too young. No one was going to take me seriously, and so I had to be, and our company had to be this big corporate logo. And that just really didn't jive with how I wanted to interact with our customers or with our clients. And so I always felt a little strange about putting up this front of like, oh, we're this big corporation, you better trust us. And it really felt kind of Wizard of Oz-ish, like hiding behind a curtain, and, you know, like you're not really being yourself. And that was really, I mean, so that was 5 years ago. I'm 28 now, so, and that's how people were marketing back then. So from 5 years ago, and then many, many decades before that, you really wanted to be the big, like the golden arches. You weren't people, you were this logo, or you were this corporate identity. And just in the last 5 years, it's been amazing to see that even with huge brands, people want to interact with people, and they want to do business with people. No one really is as trusting of just a logo. When you go to a company's website, it's very strange now to see in the About Us not seeing any pictures or any bios or anything like that. So that movement, I think, has been really good for people, you know, my generation, and then you all coming up, is that you actually get to be yourselves. Of course, you want to fit within a greater corporate brand, but there's that feeling of transparency, which I think these social media tools have really brought about, and is really advantageous to working with people that you really know and you trust and you like, and you've developed a better relationship rather than just a transactional one. So as far as, I talked a little bit about us getting social, just ourselves. So we have a blog, it's called Left Brains for Right Brains. We use Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then an industry-specific platform. We utilize all of those because we feel that